No, Krubs. All right, welcome back to another School Principal Reacts. If you don't know me or you're new to the channel, my name is Brandon, and I'm a school principal from the U.S. state of Georgia. And I'm continuing today to go through another episode of Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. This one's called April Fool's Day. I see from this still frame Krubs here with, looks like Loomer maybe, and he's holding some hot sauce, I guess, and some cookies. I'm guessing this is some sort of prank and that maybe they're all going to be doing various pranks on each other. And growing up in school, I do remember that April Fool's Day, we would do little things here and there. It wasn't a huge deal. I remember one teacher had some crazy assignment on the board in the morning, and then they were like, April Fools. Other than that, it's not a huge deal in schools, especially now. I feel like no one really pays it any attention, or at least the schools I've been at, it hasn't really been a big deal. But I'm guessing in this episode, it's going to be a big deal. So let's check it out. Just a quick reminder, if you're not a subscriber to the channel and you enjoy these episodes of Ned's, take a second and click the button below to become a subscriber. I really appreciate it. Let's get into it. Bullying.
Loomer, I'm sick of your bully ways. You're expelled. And that lame hair don't is going to cost you a week's detention.
I'm hoping this is an April Fool's joke. Number one, Loomer can get in some pretty big trouble. Not that big, not getting expelled for slamming Coconut Head against the locker like that. Now, he would probably get at least some in-school suspension, maybe even a suspension from school. But he comes up and says he's expelled. No. Now, is it possible to be expelled from school? Yes, but it's not a snap decision like that. Typically, you're going to have, depending on the laws of your state, you're going to have some sort of administrative hearing or tribunal to determine what to do, whether to expel you or to suspend you for a longer period of time, or to have you enroll in some sort of alternative school program that school district has. You can't just expel someone on the spot, and an assistant principal is not going to be the one making that type of decision. That's pretty serious. I do remember just seeing that in various shows and movies. You just get expelled like that. In reality, that's not the way it works at all. And then he gives Coconut Head a detention just for his haircut. You can't do that either, obviously, but let's see what happens next.
Hey, Vice Principal Krubs.
Cook, haven't you heard about the no computer gadgets thingies allowed at Polk rule? And there's also no cute tip guide
April
rule in
Fools.
effect, too. I'm afraid I'm going to have to burn these, okay?
April Fools.
April Fools!
Yeah, I was going to say, I hope that's correct. And the truth is, as an administrator, you really can't pull April Fool's jokes like that, especially if it's, faking giving someone consequences, because that student can always say, well, I took it seriously and now I'm afraid of the administrator and I can't do my work and it's causing a problem, or I texted my mom before they could tell me it was a joke and they got all upset and now I'm worried, and you just can't do it for a bunch of reasons. No, Krubs. April Fool's Day.
April Fools!
That's a potential firing for Krubs. Telling someone that they're expelled and they have detention and then immediately telling them it was a joke, that might be a minor discipline for Krubs or something. Probably wouldn't be a fireable offense. You shouldn't do it. He can get in trouble for that. And look at his face here. That's just perfect. But he probably would not have been fired for it. Now this, he could be fired for. Yeah, if that kid takes this the wrong way, that could be a potential firing for Krubs, which I don't think we've had before. So let's see what happens next.
If you don't want to get fooled on April Fool's Day, try these tips.
Okay.
Keep reminding yourself it's April Fool's Day. It helps you stay alert for anything out of the ordinary.
Good.
And if anything sounds funny, it's probably a prank.
Yeah.
Hey, Lumo.
And, pranks, I tell kids all the time, like, I don't like pranks, not because I'm no fun or anything like that, but the prank always has the possibility of getting ugly fast, depending on how the other person took the prank. And there are many pranks that go too far and allow the possibility of people getting hurt. So I really don't like pranks too much, but let's see what Mr. Krubs is going to do here. I remember him holding that hot sauce from the still frame at the beginning, but let's see.
No hard feelings about earlier, huh? Have a cookie?
Don't do it.
I made them with habanero hot sauce.
That's a potential firing too. Giving a kid a cookie, not telling them that there's habanero hot sauce. Like, why would you put that on a cookie? I've never heard of anyone enjoying that. So the only reason to do it would be to cause harm, and he doesn't tell him until after he's eaten it. That's a potential firing Krubs. So he's up to 2 now, and we haven't even seen Gordy yet. So I don't feel great about this.
April Fools again.
Krubs.
In
Can't do that.
conclusion, that's why in 1980 the NBA introduced the three-point shot, and then in
Seth, can we please talk about something besides basketball?
sure,
He doesn't know
I'm
anything
using a
else.
new hair conditioner.
Powers, I've banned basketball. No more hoops. When he gets back, tell him April Fools.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm not gonna say that's a potential firing. He probably shouldn't throw a basketball like that. I mean, if someone got seriously injured, yeah. We'll go ahead and say that's a potential firing. I mean, if he threw the ball, the throwing of the ball was the main thing, not saying he's gonna ban basketball. I mean, no, not really. But throwing something, I mean, if somebody got knocked into something and got hurt, yeah, that could be a potential firing. Krubs isn't doing too well here. He's already got 3, and we've only been a few minutes in here.
I have nothing in common with Seth, and he talks about basketball all day. His hair does smell good.
Hair fragrance alone cannot sustain a relationship.
I don't want to
True.
hurt, but I gotta break up.
And if I remember correctly from the Asking Someone Out episode, it was so silly because he says, "You can't break up with me until we go out." So they went out really solely for the purpose of saying they could break up, even though they were never together to begin with. It doesn't really make any sense at all. But now she's got this predicament. And it looks like he did the same thing to Coconut Head here. So that's another potential firing. We're up to 4 now. Mr. Krubs is not doing well at all. Let's see what happens next.
April Fools!
I don't want to hurt Krubs,
But I think it's time someone fooled the fool on April Fool's, so he stops on his foolish April fooling.
Okay.
Look, I want no part of some plan to get Krubs back for all of his evil April fooling.
But
I've got toilets to scrub, and I have no time for...
this does not sound like Gordy. Oh, this is his April Fool's. He's saying that he doesn't want to get back at Krubs, which of course he does. And number 2, that he's got toilets to scrub, like he's got work to do. I thought that interfered with Gordy time, right? So this has got to be an April Fool's joke on the part of Gordy. Let's see.
April Fools! Check this out. This is a detailed minute-by-minute plan of Krubs' entire day.
Okay, I got to see this thing. Morning cleansing ritual. So this is Krubs' schedule? All right. I got to dig into this. So morning cleansing ritual in executive washroom. That doesn't exist. I've never heard of an executive washroom. Now, there are administrators that have like a private bathroom. I guess that's what that means. I don't know what a cleansing ritual is that takes 45 minutes. That's really weird. That doesn't exist. Inhales 16 minutes. Inhales remaining donuts in teacher's lounge. Yeah, that's kind of real. So there are times where there might be treats for the teachers, or a particular group or organization brings treats for the teachers, or a teacher or another staff member just brings stuff in. The teacher's lounge is a place where that could go, and an administrator could come by and eat the leftover items. Sure, I've seen that before. Pretends to work in his office. hopefully he's not pretending. As an administrator, even as an assistant or vice principal, you do have a lot of work to do. That's the reality. You don't have to pretend unless you're trying to get out of something. 5 minutes, gets turned down for a date by Miss Instill. I'm not sure who that is. 9:55 to 10:05, patrols upper hallway and busts Loomer for something. Okay, maybe that's a transition or something. I could see that. 10:05 to 10:15, patrols lower hallway and busts Loomer for something. There are students that you tend to have your eye on sometimes, but there's a limit to that. You can't really target them. If someone has a history of doing a particular thing, especially if it's dangerous, it's okay to keep your eye on people or to check in with them. But after a certain point, it does become problematic if you're spending all of your time doing that. Let's see what the rest of this says. All right. So writes cool things about himself on teacher restroom walls. I don't know if that's a firing or not. It's just really weird. You could say he's defacing school property. It almost is. I won't call it one. Let's see. Drinks from lower hallway water fountain for 2 minutes. Okay. Watches cartoons on his portable TV in his car. That's a potential firing. That's like what, 4 at this point? Eats lunch in his office for 2 hours. For 2 hours. I don't know if that's a firing, but that's a discussion right there. Eating lunch in his office, I mean, that's not best practice. I know a lot of people who eat, with the teachers or other places, but not for 2 hours. I mean, 30 minutes. The 2 hours is excessive. 1:25 to 2:10, afternoon cleansing ritual. I don't know what that means. 2:10 to 2:11, daily school inspection for 1 minute. I'm not sure what that is. 2:11 to 2:17, sobs uncontrollably in storage closet. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. I'm not sure why that would be happening. 2:17 to 2:30, updates his teachers I hate list. That's problematic. It's not a firing, but it's problematic. 2:30 to 2:35, tests siren hat. The siren hat, which doesn't exist except in this universe. 2:35 to 2:55, hangs out on roof of school. If he's doing that every day, that's a potential firing. I'm sorry. That's what, 5? 2:55 to 3 o'clock, stares at a postcard of Miami he carries with him. Okay, I guess that's where he wants to be. I can't see what that last thing is. And Gordy says he avoids him all day long. That on its own is maybe not a firing, but the fact that he's avoiding work probably is, but he hasn't really gotten to that yet. But let's see how they use this little calendar here, schedule.
But we're going to use it to pinpoint exactly where we'll fool crooks.
Okay.
Right. We'll set the trap and he'll walk right into it.
This is so weird.
We got to get to work.
Seth, I think you're a great guy,
Uh-oh.
but I don't think we should go out anymore.
What's he doing?
Don't you have anything to say?
Hey, everybody. Jennifer just broke up with me. What a great April Fool's Day joke.
Oh, no. Oh, she probably should have just waited until the next day. Otherwise, you run the risk of this happening. And what if she says, no, it's not a joke? Everybody, you see all these people laughing. They're going to turn on her. She needs to just wait until tomorrow, if she can, that is.
Isn't it weird how April Fool's Day is always in April?
Oh, boy.
Okay, according to this, Krubs takes a drink from that water fountain every day at 10:22.
What devilish and ingenious prank are we gonna pull on? A rubber band? You're kidding.
Take a drink.
What's this gonna do?
Nice.
It went in his mouth, I guess.
Here he comes.
The old rubber band and the fountain trick. I didn't know you boys celebrated April Fool's Day. But now I'm on to you. And if you mess with the master, you'll not only get the horns, you'll get the whole bull.
And that's not a potential firing exactly because they did do that to him, I guess, but that's just really weird. Let's keep going.
So, I broke up with Seth, but he thought I was joking.
Mm,
What were you thinking breaking up on April Fool's Day?
I agree. She probably should have done it the day before, the day after, not that day. So I kind of agree with Cookie here.
You want to break up with Seth because he's so annoyingly Seth, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Then be annoyingly Seth right back and he'll break up with you.
That's a great
Mm,
idea.
I don't know if that's
Like
going to
a
work.
being that annoying.
No problem.
What?
God, I said April Fools.
Okay, that's definitely a potential fire. That's a firing. If he did something that's an April Fool's joke and someone's getting taken out on a stretcher, that's a firing. It's not even a potential firing. So that's what, 6? I think we're up to. That's kind of crazy. Looks like Gordy might be headed for one here, depending on what he's about to do. Let's see.
12:15. Krubs and the entire staff out to lunch.
Petroleum jelly all over
Okay.
Krabs' office. I can't believe you guys talked me into this.
It was your idea.
If he does this. Oh.
Well, now the coast is clear.
And that's a potential firing for Krubs. You can't do that. You cannot booby trap your office. That's what, 7? I think we're up to. I've lost count. I'm going to say it's 7. I'm sure the correct number is up here somewhere on the screen, but I think it's 7. Let's keep going.
See?
Uh-oh. Number 8. You cannot hurt your colleagues with booby traps in your office. You can't do it. That's what, 8, I think. Let's keep going.
Okay. Now the coast is clear.
Okay. If they do this, this is one for Gordy.
Made it. Now petroleum jelly.
Looks so
What's your
gross.
glape gloopy magic? Krubs isn't just an April fool. He's a lottery fool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What kind of moron picks those numbers?
Oh,
Very smart moron.
yep. That's number 9, I think. Is it number 9 for Krubs? You cannot do that. None of that. Yeah, that's a firing. Let's keep going.
Hi, guys. Hi, Ned. I just stopped by to say you can't fool the master, but feel free to hang out as long as you want. Hang.
He's unfoolable.
No, he's not. And I think I figured out a way to fool the master.
Okay.
There's something different about you.
You know, it's not different.
So she's going to try to act like Seth. Look at this look on her face, and she's spinning a volleyball in the same way. She's got that little smirk on her face like Seth. This should be good.
Volleyballs and basketballs. Except volleyballs are white, not orange.
I guess.
You know how every hair on your head looks exactly alike? Well, I named mine so I could tell them apart.
What?
Lola, Max, Tito, hey Donald, Jeremy, Whitney.
I gotta go.
When Ned gave her this plan, I thought that will never work. No way. But hey, so far so good. It is kind of funny though.
Somewhere and do something else. See ya.
Vice Principal Krubs.
I'm busy.
Vice Principal Krubs. I just got a call saying the new school superintendent was stopping in for a visit today.
The superintendent,
Who is that?
Oh, really? He's
Uh-oh.
coming on April Fool's Day. Tell him I can't wait to meet him.
Check. Check.
Yeah, and I wonder, is that real and he thinks it's not, or was it really Ned or somebody? Who knows?
Everything set?
Oh boy.
Let the fooling begin.
Is that him? The superintendent?
Hey.
I'm sorry, Jennifer, but you've been really annoying lately, and I think we should break up.
April
Oh,
Fools?
if you think that's best.
It's April Fools.
April Fool.
I was just waiting for it. Oh man, April Fools. Let's keep going.
We're not breaking up. I got you back, didn't I? But I was serious about the whole "you've been really annoying lately" thing. You should work on that.
That's like the worst. Like he was serious about her being annoying, but we're not breaking up. Probably not what she was looking for there.
The new superintendent is here.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Tell him he can wait. I've got more important things to do than meet my new boss.
Oh. Lottery numbers.
Today's winning lottery numbers are
This is gonna be another
1,
prank.
2, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh no.
I won!
Oh no. So he's gonna end up going out there and like telling him off and quitting, and I don't know how this is gonna go. And I think this is probably a prank on that Ned is doing to him. Don't feel good about this, but let's see what happens.
Oh, April Fool's really is my lucky day.
Okay.
Rich!
No, Krubs.
I'm gonna open a detective agency in Miami and solve crime.
What?
No more annoying teachers or
Oh, no.
needy think they can
Stop.
fool me students.
But we did.
Excuse me, are you Krubs?
Oh, right.
Oh no.
You're Big B's new superintendent prank. Then I guess I shouldn't do this.
Firing. If this guy is real, that's a firing. No question about it. That's number 10, I think. That's not even a potential firing. That's a firing. Let's see what else he does.
Or this. Or this. But who cares?
That's an arrest right there. So I'm gonna just wrap all that up into firing number 10 there, and that's he's getting arrested for that. Even if that guy's not the real superintendent, you can't kick someone. That'll get you arrested pretty quickly. Let's see what he does next.
I am rich.
No, you're not.
April Fool.
Oh man.
You didn't win the lottery.
What? But I saw it. I'm rich. I just got really rich.
No, you just got really fooled.
How?
Well, and today's winning lottery numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, and
Like she needs that in order to remember the numbers. That's pretty funny. What I was wondering though is I saw in that drawer that Krubs had like a whole bunch of different lottery tickets. So if he plays the lottery all the time, he's going to be used to what that program looks like. It typically looks the same every time. I've only seen it a few times here and there. I don't generally play the lottery, but I have seen it before, and it's generally the same exact people on the same exact set, and they do the same exact thing. And of course, the numbers are really the only thing that are different. I don't see him being fooled by that. And like, how did they get the actual lottery actress or whatever to come down to a school in some backroom custodial closet to do it? And he's going to know that it's not, the set isn't the same. I just don't see him being fooled by that, but okay. What in the world? Ugh. Ridiculous. And one of those little television VCR combos, I think, was sort of old school or outdated. Even at the time this show was produced, I don't think they had those too much anymore. Oh.
Today's winning lottery numbers are
I'd like you to meet my friend Sally.
Good one, guys. No one appreciates a well-planned April Fool's prank like old Krubsy.
Yeah, and he would not be just standing there. I mean, the second he pulled his shirt out, he would have called the police. I mean, that second, he would instantly have called the police or an SRO or somebody, and he would have fired him and demanded that he leave the building right then and there, and he probably would have been charged. He wouldn't just be standing there looking at him angrily. No.
A new superintendent was a nice touch.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. We've never seen him before.
That's because I am the new superintendent.
Pardon me while I break down and cry.
Yeah, he should.
One last April Fool's tip. Try to keep them fun and playful. Unless you're dealing with the Krubs, who deserves a little bit.
Yeah, a good tip, fun and playful. I really don't like pranks at all for that reason because they tend to go overboard. I've seen a lot of situations where either the person didn't really mean anything harmful, but it turned into something because the other person took it the wrong way, or they really did sort of intend to not hurt someone, but cause some level of discomfort, let's say, or pain. I have seen hurtful pranks before, but I generally don't like them, but this is a good tip here. No, he would be fired immediately. All right, well, that's the episode. I think we got up to like 10 potential firings, not for Gordy this time, but for Vice Principal Krubs. That was pretty funny. I didn't know the episode would be all about him and his various pranks. But yeah, he took it way too far in almost every single one of these cases. And as an administrator, you really can't do that. I've seen teachers get by with that. But like I said, one time as a student, we had a teacher that put this like really difficult assignment on the board and let us kind of look at it for 3 or 4 minutes and start worrying. But then they pretty much immediately took it off and said it was an April Fool's joke. But you can't go too much further than that because there are potential problems there. So he would have been fired in most of these potential firings. And there were some of them that I just said, nah, he would have been fired instantly. But I'm guessing he didn't because I'm guessing he continues to be a character in the show. But I did enjoy that one. That one was pretty fun. Again, I really don't see April Fool's Day come up a lot in schools. I mean, someone might mention it here or there, but it's not really a big deal, especially now. I would say it's even less of a big deal now than when I was in school. But I'm going to leave the video here. Can't wait for the next one. I hope you join me on the next video here on School Principal Reacts. As always, thanks for watching.